Hi, I'm August Keller, and this is my review of Mad Max Fury Road. So this movie is a tour de force. I know it's kind of a corny thing to say, but I think it's perfectly fitting here. The movie is that good, and the movie itself is just very intense. It's one of my favorite movies ever, and in my opinion, it's the gold standard of action movies. It's the perfect marriage of art and entertainment. They come together and just make each other better. This is how to do action. So let's start with the story. I think the story is pretty simple, but it's got a lot of layers to it, and it serves what the movie's trying to do. It's not very heavy on dialogue. It's a very visual storytelling approach. It's very much showing rather than telling. This movie is showing rather than telling. It's a great example of how to show rather than tell. The drama is there. There are smaller moments, but usually it's about action. It's about character choices, what the characters do in very intense situations. That's where the drama comes from. So the plot is pretty much just one long chase scene. Not just a chase scene, but it's just a chase in different parts. And through that chase, we see motivations, growth, internal conflicts. We also get to a good sense of world building. So the plot is very simple, but it's just constantly peppering characters with decisions, which creates drama. And there's also a lot of themes. Despite the movie being so high octane, there's a lot of ideas of classism, dehumanization, environmentalism, and cult of personality. So it's very efficient, this writing. It's pretty great how concise this story is. And the acting, again, is not, the most challenging, the most ranged, but there is dynamic. There's a lot of dynamic aspects. They're very physical. There's a lot of intensity. It's very theatrical and heightened. The movie's just very exaggerated, and the acting meets that. It's hard to be exaggerated as an actor and not come across goofy, but everyone meets the camp of this movie perfectly. The film is efficiently packed with tension, excitement, relatability, and wonder because it's just so immersive. Technically, Fury Road is perfect. I just think this is a great movie to just show people, if you're looking for examples of how to do any one of these technical aspects, pretty much, whether it's cinematography, editing, sound, production design, special effects. This is a shining example of all of that. So the cinematography has a lot of color. There's a very distinct color palette with oranges, of course, being the primary color. There's a lot of contrast. There's composition, lighting, focus, a lot of center framing. Every shot is pretty much center framed, which helps because it's such an active movie. It really helps the viewer stay centered. There's a lot of movement, and just in general, it's a beautiful looking film. The editing is very rapid with inserts, smash cuts, a lot of different frame rates. I think the whole film is shot on an unusual frame rate. There's a lot of rhythm to the cuts and the intercuts. So there's a lot of energy, emotion, and continuity in this editing, which is incredible because there's just so much happening. It could have easily for this movie to become exhausting or chaotic, but it's just so smooth and just powerful. And the editing is a big reason why. The sound has a lot of mechanics, mechanical sounds, a lot of stings, there's a lot of violence and combat action, and there's a lot of symbolism too, whether it's echoes or silence or just emphasis or distortions. Sound can be very emotionally driven too, but it's also very externally driven, obviously, because it's such a high octane action movie. There's just so much sound going on here, and it's just awesome. It's just energizing, the sound. It's not too much. It's very precise. It's not chaotic. The music Has a good balance of old and new motifs. I do think it gets a bit repetitive, but it's very energized, very energetic, and very purposeful. It's just kind of helping drive the energy of this movie. The production design is pretty iconic. It's surreal, it's unique, and it's meaningful. It's just this heightened reality. It's almost campy, but it's weird how it's like campy but artistic at the same time, and really just kind of fuses these two ideas that are almost kind of contrasting into one unique vision. The cast has great fit, fame, depth, and the continuity is pretty interesting too, because it's like they have some actors from the previous Mad Max movies in new roles here. So it's like there's continuity, but there's not continuity. It like kind of plays up the fable, surrealistic, larger than life type of storytelling that this movie is. It's like almost like this movie is folklore. The effects are awesome. There's a lot of stunts. It's comprehensive, really. Stunts, pyrotechnics, and CGI. So it feels surreal, but it also feels tangible. So yeah, collectively, these mediums possess vision and skill. And so Mad Max is a modern masterpiece of art and action. It's entertainment, and it's artistic. It's just the perfect movie, in my opinion. It could not be better. And this is what movie making is all about. If I don't care what kind of movies you like, this is the kind of movie I feel like everyone should check out. Maybe be careful who you watch it with, because it is intense, but it's just got everything, in my opinion. It is pretty in your face. It's pretty intense, but it's incredible. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. If you like what I'm doing here, please feel free to like and subscribe. You're also welcome to follow me on Instagram, which is linked in the description. But at the very least, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.